and I do think that America should combat that, is by also doing development projects on our own. That's it. It's that simple. It's odd that people do not recognize that, you know? Anyway, people get so mad when you speak positively of China. I want our government to do similar development projects. That's all I want, okay? I want our government to actually actively compete with China. Just like in the Cold War when we competed with the USSR for the space race, I just wish that the American government, if they were going to do a Cold War again, which we are doing already, I just wish that we would compete with China, not by taking on more restrictive and more censorious approaches that exist in China and competing with them on that front, on the surveillance state front. Instead, compete with them on, you know, bullet trains, robust infrastructure projects. It's very frustrating. We take none of the good and all the bad. Without the work that China nonprofits do, it would be much harder to show that China's governance model is deeply flawed if we can no longer prove that. Yeah, I mean, she's basically saying, like, we can't shit on China effectively if USA doesn't fund a lot of our NGOs and whatnot. Do you believe that the shift to the extremely right-wing politics and economics could open the door to swing in the opposite direction? Democrats seem to be trying to get closer to center, which may kill an opportunity for more social safety nets and future admins. Yeah, I don't think that the Democratic Party is going to direct us out of this problem. I don't think that they're going to guide us or lead us out of this problem, if I'm being super real with you, unfortunately. Yeah, they want to do stuff like this. Why don't you ever debate with Asmongold? He thinks all immigrants should get kicked out, even the good, hardworking immigrants. Hashtag DACA. I would be down to do that. I have no issues. I have debated Asmongold in the past, and of course, I will. I'd be down to debate him in the future. If he wants to do that, he can hit me up, you know? Anyway, I think it's because of how fast China grew that America couldn't catch up. Law needed excuses after that. My God, now that they think USAID was sending money to Jeffrey Epstein, not realizing that it's a different Jeffrey Epstein, we're honestly in parody mode. Yeah, this is insane, dude. The Kaiser Foundation Health Plan Incorporated gave $265,000 to Jeffrey Epstein, who was a director at Kaiser Permanente. Jeffrey Epstein, unfortunately, is a very common name. Okay, it's an unfortunate one, but it's a common one. What are we doing? What do you think is more likely, that they actually were actively giving money to this guy, or did they think that it was actually Jeffrey Epstein who passed away and they're still giving him money, not realizing that it's a totally separate person? Yeah, this is literally an SNL skit. Harvey Epstein, who was also a real guy, or was the guy's name also Jeffrey Epstein, or it was Harvey Epstein, right? Harvey Epstein for city council. Anyway, yeah, here it is.
It's true what they say. New York City does not sleep. We need a city council that reflects who we are. Tough, resilient, and ready to lend a helping hand. It's why we need Harvey Epstein. Ha!
Who is apparently a real dude, which is crazy. Anyway, there it is. Doge telling NOAA to reduce the staff by 50% and funding the agency to 30%. They weren't auditing the weather career field. They're slashing it. They're likely going to go after NWS next. Also, where is it? There was another thing. They're trying to slash the CDC, which is also ridiculous. It's just terrifying stuff. Okay? These are all of the... It's ironic because, like, these are the things that are good about the federal government. These are the good things about the federal government. And it's very frustrating that they're taking away all of the things that make this country run. Oh. Did you even unpack yet, bro?
Agencies are being targeted, including the intelligence community. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott tracking it all from the White House. Good morning.
George, good morning. And millions of federal employees have just hours to respond to their buyout offers. They are faced with a choice whether to resign now or run the risk of being fired. The deadline tonight. It's decision day for millions of federal employees. At least 40,000 already taking the buyout offer to resign now with several months of pay. And this morning, many intelligence workers faced with that same deadline too, to quit now or possibly be laid off in the future. To comply with the review of the federal workforce, the CIA emailed a list.
Yeah, accurate weather forecasting could be said to benefit the economy by at least billions, not trillions. Yeah, and accurate weather forecasting that you see and consume as a regular is only the tip of the iceberg, okay? That the NOAA, like, this is massively consequential. Your weather app on your phone would not work if it wasn't for the weather service that the government offers. The government provides. Every part of commerce relies on. in its entirety relies on. So the idea that we're cutting this, or rather even more nefarious than simply cutting it, okay, cutting it and then privatizing this, because that's what I think that's what I think they want to do. They want to turn the NOAA into like a SpaceX style service and have one guy make trillions of fucking dollars to offer this service that is currently being given to everybody that the federal government provides. They want to take it and private. They want one guy. Do you know how much money if you are the guy tasked with figuring out what the fuck's going on and the government is not offering this as the opportunities are endless. The opportunities for profit are endless. Sorry, your subscription for tornado warnings. So, unfortunately, your pilots are going to be flying blind today. We have paid the weather service, so we can't track what's going to happen. Who knows? I work as a grid operator and we rely on NOAA publicly available data to keep the power on. Yeah, every aspect of this, every aspect of commerce, every aspect of industry utilizes the NOAA's National Weather Service. I don't know how to explain to you how important. It's insane. And it's not just like climate change research or woke stuff. I'm talking one of the invisible ways in which the federal government is making your lives better. It's crazy to try ruin the service and then sell it off to someone who will be able to pay. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, Adam Conover did an Obama-produced show on Netflix called The G Word. And I think it's a really good show overall that touches on exactly what I'm talking about, the invisible ways in which the federal government works and these agencies work that we rely on in our day-to-day experience. It's a thankless job in general.
List of new employees to the White House.
Anyway, the U.S. intelligence workers getting buyout offers, except a judge put a pause on. As a federal work in a science agency, government data has multiple quality controls to ensure accuracy and safety on data usage. Yeah, there's also the shittier product that will be available if privatized.
Over a non-classified system. That list included the first names and last initial of employees hired in the last 2 years. But now it has prompted fear and concern that those intelligence officers could be at risk.
We go to great length to protect the cover for CIA officers. And if all of that can be avoided.
I'm a DACA recipient, have studied and worked hard and contributed to the economy, never associated with crime and gang. In your opinion, should I be deported? No, dude.